and we were like losing on defense super hard. Like they had 5 minutes and 50 seconds, and we had to do attack, and we just rolled them. And I was baiting like a hook and a sleep dart that whole game. So I think
Okay.
I baited him, but I don't know if the positioning was good. But I
Mhm.
guess yeah. So I
Okay.
might understand how to bait them now, maybe to some extent. But I can when I play a game, like I'll ask you and see what you think because I think I might have it, maybe.
So you've been working on baiting cooldowns mainly, right?
Well, the last couple replays, yes.
Okay. Well, so see, if it's just a couple of replays, what about the previous games you had? Just kind of learned some,
Uh,
before. So it's been maybe 2 months or 1 month. Just before that, did you look to practice baiting cooldowns in specific too, or it's just been kind of
I
recently? That's when you started it.
I yeah, I did, but I think I only just clicked like recently.
Oh, okay,
Like
okay.
like I didn't really understand how to do it, and then I think I like, oh, I just stand here and then oh, I wasted a sleep dart and then I'll reposition. I know it's only a thing, but I think I was overcomplicating it because I was not getting it, and then I think I'm getting it now to some extent, but like,
Mm-hmm.
which is good. And also, I was doing everything else. So in every other replay, I'm doing legit everything else that is in the thing, except maybe you'll find in them I bet in cooldowns a couple times, but I don't know without knowing it. But in like a couple, I'm like actually trying to bait cooldowns and like you my playstyle goes different. Like I'll go to like dangerous positions, but it's the only way I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I think the reason I found it so hard was because when I watch a Mercy play that's good, they don't tend to go into dangerous
Mm-hmm.
positions to bait cooldowns because they're already in like really good ranks, right? Where they already know how to play the game. And like they already know their DPS will off angle anyway. Um, but in my rank, they don't really, they just stay in the main core basically. So I have
Mm-hmm.
to off angle to bait the cooldown so I can climb.
I mean, at high rank as well, you have to do that. It's just the quality, how you
Uh,
how you do that, and it's a lot about recognizing the moments when obviously somebody does it, taking off angle. Sometimes you can get a little bit more value from that, support that. Sometimes you can also be paying attention to the other stuff like ultimates, tempo of the fight, so you're able to read that more. Well, there are a lot of things, but yeah. Okay, so you kind of not sure about the positioning when you're trying to bait the cooldowns, right?
yes, yes.
Okay, let's go with that then. What was the
Because
game where? Mhm.
I'm pretty sure if I could get good at baiting cooldowns, I reckon I could get to diamond because I don't know. I think I've accidentally baited cooldowns in games, and I've gone from losing to winning. Uh, so I'm like, I don't want to say I'm certain I'll get diamond if I bait cooldowns, but if I get good at it, I think I might be able to get diamond or maybe masters. I'm not
Mhm.
sure.
Mhm.
Maybe diamond though.
Yeah, I would definitely focus not on the rank, but see what you're looking to get better at. Because if you're getting better at certain concepts, the ranking
Yeah,
up is inevitable. So your initial focus is just basically getting better at specific concepts. See how you can bring more value to the fight. Ultimately, it
yeah.
can be to.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, that's what I've been doing, and I stayed the same rank. But then I noticed I would win certain games that I should have lost when I did change stuff, like what you said. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
yeah, I don't
exactly.
really focus on my rank.
Yeah, exactly. We focusing on implementing the concepts. Ideally, if you can pretty confidently do the stuff which you mentioned, 80% of the fights, I think that's where you know, oh, you're already good enough at the concept, and then you can move to something else, work on something else, and then repeat that process with every other concept. So you just build good habits and can apply all the stuff out automatically. Okay, what was the code where you tried to bait the cooldowns
I-
then?
It's in unranked, but it was in unranked, but I just want to know if like I did it right.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
probably the first replay. I
The first replay, let me see there.
Let me
lot of
see the
replays there.
one. Uh, uh, not the comp. It's pretty high up. This is. I can resend that. There. This one.
This one?
It's. I think it's good because I baited a Winston all game. And he got no value because I baited him all game, and I promise you, I think it's this one because I was really happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Let's
baited
look
a
at it.
Winston all game. I think I only baited one cooldown all game, but I like. Yeah, I think it was this one. The
Mm-hmm.
start's not too great, but I think after the start, I think it's good. Believe. Yeah, this is the game. So Ace, I bait his cooldowns like all game. Not Ace, sorry. Dirty Dancer. Not on this map. This is a pretty bad positioning on this map, but it's okay. Because
Mm-hmm.
this is my
Mm-hmm.
first.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh
So,
yeah, I want to talk about GA too. I think I GA too much now. I didn't used to, but I think I do now. Think.
okay. Okay. So how do you usually need to use your GA?
Oh, well, now I use it like tactical. So like, I only use it like say I have a Genji and a Winston. I'll legit try not to use it until they jump me, or if I see them jump someone else, I'll be like, oh, they don't have their jump cooldown or whatever. So I'll like try to position like closer to my team around corners and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
I'll always have it, even if I'm using it, I'll always have it for a Winston or like a Genji, or if they have something that
Mm-hmm.
can kill me or a Sombra.
This is fine. Yeah, you
That's how I
responding.
do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah, this is good. So this is the first part when they are engaging, you respawning with your cooldown. You looking to dodge the cooldowns.
Yeah.
But before that, something you want to
Oh,
invest time in is make sure you actually baiting them to jump you. You kind of look at it this way. Usually I call it engagement flow. You starting doing something like scouting at the start and then set up, then you can actually scout again if you like and engage right after. So it's kind of, you might add this little bit extra scouting, but ultimately it's just 3 step scout, setup, engage. So your first GA should be always towards more where you position, so you bait out something, so you actually bait
oh.
them to jump you. Remember what we mentioned before, we want to get in a position so they are gonna pressure you, because if you're behind your team and start with your team, there's really no value we getting. There's really, we're not forcing the enemy team to turn around at you, basically. Yeah, we.
But right here,
Mm-hmm.
like right here, would you, for example, go to point because I'm pretty sure there's a few of the yeah. So like for instance, right here, should I be like off angled to? It's kind of hard where my team is, but should I try like where I am? I feel like I could
Mm-hmm.
bait a cooldown like on that post. But should I maybe GA to that high ground and see if someone just jumps me up there and then GA back
Mm-hmm.
to my team or something?
Mm-hmm. This is what we've been exactly focusing on, right? We wanna understand what is the best position which allows you to generate more pressure, sort of, which allows you to kind of force out the enemy attention more. Okay, so
Oh, so that's what I've got to try to do, force the enemy attention more,
I mean, this is what
basically.
that was our whole goal about debating
Yeah.
cooldowns. We've been talking about it before, so let's just kind of break it down. Maybe use this other perspective. Something we can think about is it's how you contribute to your kill zone. Yeah, I think you
Mhm.
just can use this as an example. So, yeah, let's just think first of all with GA, like what I mentioned, GA, you wanna use it to set up. I'm just gonna write it down. GA, you can use it to set up and then disengage from the fight, kind of react. Yeah, but this is exact the time. Like once you set it up, you're baiting the enemy team to do something. And
Okay.
when you using your GA, it's not that you should be going towards your teammate once they bait it, yeah, once the Winston jumps on you, or once somebody else jumps on you. No, the point is with the J is to go from cover to cover. That's it. If you're going towards your team, then you're making it easy for the enemy to aim at you and your team at the same time. So, it's about DGA. Now, about the kill zone. What the kill zone is,
Yeah.
it's the area where most of your team can be active, where they can do a lot of damage, where most likely kill will happen. Most likely, you look at it this way: understand where most of your team is, and see where they can use their resources, where they can be active on the field. So by looking at it, where your team can do the damage, where they can be really active at the moment.
Basically where they are or the point or maybe where I'm standing.
So it's kind of, I would say it's kind of this
Yeah.
entire zone here. Okay. And your idea is to make sure you turn the attention from the zone away while still being able to contribute to that. See, when you hear, remember, that was the main point with off angle, the first layer about contributing to that kill zone is you should be somewhere else. Yeah, you shouldn't be stuck with where most of your team is. If they all around this area, kind of, we should be somewhere else. Simply, yeah. That's why this high ground can work. You can stay here and still contribute to this kill zone. Still do something. This is the first layer, off angle. The second is making sure you have a corner. Do you have a corner if you're up there?
Yeah.
Okay, you have a corner, so this is nice. And the third one, the third layer is kind of more about, I'm just gonna use this analogy. Think about, like, if you would be Tracer, if you would be Reaper, if you're fighting at this position, if you're on this high ground, could you generate a lot of pressure if you playing that character? Like, again, let's just stick to Reaper. Imagine if you're playing Reaper here, could you generate a lot of pressure on the enemy team? Potentially. Could
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, probably would.
was not too confident answer there.
Yeah,
So you're not too sure?
I think so. No, I reckon you can because you got high ground as cover, like, you have, like, a head glitch, so, like, you
Mm-hmm.
could, pressure and then duck behind a head glitch for heals if you don't get healed, and then
Right. Right.
so I
Right.
reckon it would be.
Right.
It's the same with
Exactly.
Mercy, though.
Yeah.
If I got, like, hit, I could just go back to another off angle, or I could stay there until, like, and not peek and, like, heal because the Reaper would have to TP to me or whatever.
Exact.
Tracer would have to blink, a Sombra would have to
Yeah.
go around,
Exactly, exactly. This is the main thing. You choosing positions which are safe, but you're able to generate a lot of pressure. Well, it's not really pressure because you as a mercy you can shoot, but let's just call it you kind of generate this pressure indirectly because this guy's gonna be forced to look at you. It's really, that is the first thing they have to look. They really have to be understanding. Wait, there's a mercy. Yeah, like wait, she's kind of like a little bit not too aggressive, right? She's still safe, but it's kind of the target we would like to punish potentially. Yeah, would like to do that.
yeah.
And see, they doing that exactly when they enter the kill zone. They doing that when they enter the kill zone, and then there is where your team can get while you making it hard for the enemy to exist. Yeah,
Mhm.
rather than doing this where you with your entire team they can still easily see you. Yeah, they're still easily able to shoot you and shoot your team at the same time. But if you do this, they have to turn, they have to really split the attention. But we still able
Okay.
to contribute to the kill zone. We have cover, generating a lot of pressure. I think really using this analogy like you a Reaper potentially. Yeah, you're thinking if you play Reaper here, you could generate a lot of things, do a lot of stuff, and go aggressive easily. So it's the same thing, just applying this consistently, doing it every fight. Because here you're not on off angle. Yeah, you can beat some cooldowns because you have this corner. But what about being
Uh,
here? Yeah, why not being
yeah,
there? Yeah. So I can give you an example. That is something we used before, I think, but let me just find it.
so could we talk about camera management though? I had a question. I had
Oh
a
yeah.
question. Um, so you know how when you watch this gameplay, you'll probably could you tell me help me with my camera management? Just
Yeah,
I
sure.
think uh I look I see right here. Stop. Go back a sec, like 2 seconds. This is a good example. Now, right, pause. For example, this is good. I feel like this is good camera management because I can see it. I can see where the enemy team's coming from. I can see
Hmm.
my team. I can see both. Now, my problem is when I want to play Mercy, can I play like this all the time where I can see both? You can if you're good, but like, should I be trying to do that? Because I suppose it will save me, like, losing my team and like losing, is
Yeah,
that camera management?
yeah, sort of. Yeah, sort of. Well, sometimes you're not necessarily gonna be able to see everything in the field, but it's just about you recognizing, being able to look around consistently and being able to check most of your attention. Should definitely be towards where the real fight's happening, towards the kill zone. Yeah, it's an enemy and your team at the same time. If you're able to see them, yeah, both of your
Uh-huh.
team and the enemy, it should be okay. It's not about you positioning in a way so you see them constantly. No, it's just about you being able to. If you're here, you're able to pick out the enemy at any point of time. You're able to pick out your team at any point of time too.
Uh-huh.
But we're not just out in the open. Yeah, because we're doing all that. No, we still have the corner. We can hide if necessary because we have the corner because we're applying all of this stuff. Here the camera management, I think it looks okay. Yeah, you just can be maybe like making it easy like by going not being here. It's out in the open as well. Just go here. Force them to turn around. You force these guys to choose you to chase you. Winston jumps you. Your team can get more while you're in the kill zone. You
Okay, so my other question is, if I stand on that high ground and my team doesn't follow, like my Farah doesn't come, I'm not demonstrating, so I should just go back to my team at that stage.
Well, you're not going back at any point of time. You're still taking an angle. It's just with the
Uh-huh.
different angle. You still
Okay,
do the
so
same thing. Imagine your Farah is a little bit, I don't know, for some reason, you guys leaning towards the point more. Well, you could not necessarily be staying at A here. You could be staying at B. Yeah, one of you.
okay, I got an idea now. I think I'm getting it. So if I'm staying on that high ground, right? For that's one off angle. Okay, I baited. I don't know. I baited, say a. It's kind of what's the combo? It's kind of weird. Like I don't know, a brig like stun ability, and then I go from that high ground, and maybe I go to the you see the pole in the middle, and then I jiggle peek and bait another cooldown, and then when I bait a cooldown, I go to another off angle. Is that what you mean? I know what you mean, but like, is that like the concept? Or like, for instance, I could bait on high ground, and I could
Mhm.
go to that health pack on the left there, where like that on where my echo is, I think. I could
Mm.
I could sit there and bait a cooldown until I get damaged. That type of stuff, right? I know that's kind of like a flank,
Yeah,
but
sort
is that
of.
what you mean?
Yeah, your point is at least making sure you can, yeah, you can consistently force out the enemy attention. Just consistently doing it at the start of the fight. Once there's a lot of, mm, so to speak, they use certain abilities, they apply active damage on you, then that is where you start flying away. Well, you might fly towards the pole, you might fly towards the other structure, but it really depends. It depends. But you definitely
Uh-huh.
start at the good structures like setup first, as mentioned. Yeah, setup and then see what you do next. Setup, do something next. Yeah, that could be one of the best positions. So I can just give you an example as well. Something we used before. So it's a taking angles, right? Something like that. Bait an enemy team to shoot you. Yeah, maybe like this in rank to GM. I have few timestamps. Let me see.
Would
Just
have been in
give
on.
us, yeah, give us an example. For example, this one. Yeah, like this is a just normal gameplay. I don't think like there's like anything too special, but still, This person here is supplying the same things we talked about. We need corner,
Yeah.
we need off angle, and we need position, which generates a lot of pressure. And the first idea was Jay's to set up. So you could actually see before that, yeah, the fight starts. We're investing some time into setup. Most of your team is here. Well, now the Doomfist diving in, and then they think, okay, what if I stay here? Because Killzone is right there. The Killzone is right there. Well, they're not necessarily thinking all of that, but it's kind of, you will see how it looks like. Yeah, the Killzone is around this area. We have this off angle, we have the corner, and these guys actually forced to step in the Killzone. Yeah, like we forcing them to look at
Do
you.
something.
Yeah, do something. Uh, by only stepping in the kill zone, and that is the same thing. Like here, why it's not ideal for us to exist here, because the enemy, they can just poke you out before and bait your GA. But what you're doing is you're making them step in at the kill zone in order to shoot you if you're there at this position. See what I mean? You baiting
Yeah.
the enemy in the kill zone, and this is the same thing here. So I'm just gonna go back in the video. Yeah, this person forces somebody to step in the kill zone in order to shoot them. And what is gonna happen? Who might shoot them? Well, I think there's gonna be Blade. Yeah, see this person there. He goes for the Blade. What do you do? Because of the Blade, you can use J. But he entered the kill zone. He entered where most of his team is existing. This person here is taking off angle and flying away easily, moving between groups. But because this Genji is consistently exposed to the kill zone, there's a high chance he will not survive. There's a high chance he'll die, and he died right there. Yeah? This is what we want to do. You want to bait an enemy in the kill zone, use corner, off angle, and this is the position, which generates a lot of pressure.
I don't have to necessarily bait their cooldowns. I could just bait them in.
The main point is to bait the cooldowns ideally, right? There's some resources, because they waste it, your team lives. Sometimes you cannot bait cooldowns. Well, there's a lot of pressure, you have to fly away, sure. But you baiting them to do something, because you do that, there's 99% they will use cooldowns. So that's why we call it bait cooldowns. Yeah, we trying to position this way, so they're forced to do so. Yeah, we talked about it. Like,
that's easier now. Yeah, I could definitely apply that like instantly. It's just gonna be a matter of practicing it to get good at it.
Yeah, because here is just other way around. You're standing in the area where they shoot you. They not really have to be baited to actually enter the kill zone. They just can press primary fire. But if you somewhere here, maybe somewhere here, I think this is better. Yeah, because again, imagine you like Reaper. I think can be good analogy then for it of time. If you Reaper, you can generate a lot of pressure from this position. So they have to look around. They look around, and then because they push you, maybe Aqua is flying towards you, your team can punish that.